Hi guys, today I have a game for you in the Tier 10 US battleship, the Montana, and as you can clearly see by the start of this, that this is a clan battle. Now we are running in this battle with a mercenary. Now, as you can see, we're running two battleships in this particular game, and the enemy has a carrier. The advantages the carriers give you is obviously you're going to get the spots off sooner to know where the enemy is going and doing. The downside to having a carrier is there's really one less ship out there to get shot at. Now, I'm not going to discuss strategies or calls or anything, but for the most part, I'm going to do what I was asked to do. Only if I think something is beyond stupid and going to get me killed will I just completely ignore the caller and not do it. Now, I do believe I'm running reload over American accuracy. You know, why did I miss that shot? It has nothing to do with American accuracy. It has everything to do with my crappy aim. Now, I noticed Stalingrad slowed down. Now he's speeding up. He's turning out. And I'm thinking this guy's going to slow down, speed up a little bit again. So I'm thinking he's actually going to go a little bit slower than what he is. But really, all I'm looking for is to get resets on this guy. Fortunately, I missed again. He went home with it. Now, I do like the mercenary idea in clan battles. It definitely helps out the smaller clans, even though Wookiee is not. But it definitely helps out the clans that just don't consistently get 7 people to play. Now, the decision was made to split up the battleships at this point. And I'm trying to hold off the other flank, get some presence over there. Now, I would prefer to get rid of the Henry first. I would prefer to shoot at a Henry or a Stalingrad instead of the Smolensk, because the problem with the Smolensk is 9 times out of 10, you will overmatch. But a lot of the reasons why I shot at that Henry, instead of doing what the caller asked me to do with all of my guns, was to get a reset on that cap. They're going to have a cap advantage over us because they got C. They're going to get their give me cap. So the longer we can delay C, the better off we are. Now, they popped their radar just to see if somebody can get more resets on the Henry, and unfortunately, the guy was able to get the cap off in time. I kind of like the 6-second delay with the radar, with me actually being able to see the individual, but I can see him on the minimap. Now, I will shoot at the Smolensk if he's giving me a good target, i.e. he's not completely broadside. Like I said, I will do what the caller is asking, and he really wants this guy dead. Now, the guy's broadside enough to where there should just be overpens, and, all he's got to do is cadoot forward to get behind the island. Only 2 shells hit, but hey, that's 2 less shells somebody else has to hit with. I did get 1 pen that did get some damage in on that guy, and I bet you it was because he was turning out. Now this guy is angling up a little bit, and I'm thinking, oh man, I just hope he's going to keep that angle. I'm also trying to keep a neutral position while staying in a kiting position. They're making their play on, what is that, C, with the Kremlin and Petro pushing up. Now, I'm not going to sit here and call out people. I'm not going to call out my team and be like, I don't know why this guy's doing this, why this guy's doing that. I don't agree with this. I don't agree with that. That's not what I'm here for. Just here to showcase this gameplay, and you know, you can win a clan battle against a carrier. These guys aren't a horrible team. They have the advantage at sea, and they have the destroyer. They kind of have the advantage on our give me side because they have the carrier over here. Now, of course, Stalingrad's low. Gotta hit him. Now, I'm going full steam, turning out to make sure I don't run into our teammate here. I kind of wish I slowed down just a little bit earlier because, in all honesty, for me to eat these torpedoes compared to the Petro would have been a little bit better. Just because I'm still near full health, even though there's not a little, there wasn't a ton of damage to him. The problem is if they get the flood on him and then get the fires. Now, of course, we run into each other because we were both trying to avoid torpedoes. And I was actually slowing down to eat those. And I told him, I said, I'm sorry, I actually tried to eat the one torp. I'm near full health. Now, our destroyer went out wide. Fine, you know, whatever. Sitting here criticizing is bad. Just because I don't agree with something doesn't mean it's the wrong call. But it also doesn't mean it's the right call sometimes. Now, I don't understand why you play a Henry and bow tank. Oh, yes, it can be done, but why? Like, I probably should have switched to HE, but I'm also looking for the cross shots on things that I can wreck that are broadside. You know, the Ohio, the Smolensk is actually giving me fairly decent angle to where hopefully these shells won't overbend. But the other thing is kind of right on the cuspis of it's going to be plunging fire that will get this guy. 3 overpens, 1 pine, but hey, that's 8,000 less damage. You know, we want to get rid of the Smolensk because in essence, he's just going to burn down the Kremlin with that. Now, if you notice, the carrier is focusing on one side, which is why we are pushing up. I'm sure half the reason is because I'm sitting next to 2 Petros. Is why the carrier is going over there, because it was just, a Yoshino and a Kremlin. Like, nobody really writes home about that AA, especially after... there's been a lot of damage dished out, especially HE being flung. And that's another good thing. Like, even if you are in a clan battle, and even if you are in a battleship, and you are running a carrier, shooting HE at things isn't a horrible idea because you're going to knock off AA. Now, of course, some of the mistake people do make is, oh my god, the carrier, we need to kill it. Yes. Well, you need to neutralize the carrier somehow, i.e. grouping up, utilizing AA. You gotta kill the things around you that are actually going to be shooting you and actually doing a little bit more of the damage more often than the carrier. Yes, this guy could come in with AP bombs and get 3 sits. But is it more likely you're going to take more damage from the ships focusing firing you than waiting a minute to 2 minutes for the carrier to come back? Now, the Smolensk is low, and we can see the carrier, but, we kind of need to get this cap. These guys are doing a good job of focusing fire. I really can't stress this enough. Focusing fire is going to win you more games than not. It's one of the biggest mistakes so many people make is they don't focus fire. Could I have taken a shot in on the carrier? Yeah, maybe. But getting rid of the Henry that now has my broadside is going to be better off for me because he's going to kill me faster. The other thing is, I'm looking for who my teammates are shooting at more often than pinging stuff. If I notice they're shooting at something that I can hit, that's who I'm going to focus on. I don't need to use F3 or call out targets, but calling out targets isn't a bad idea. Now I need to move forward and get behind the island because of the Ohio. But I really don't need to be showing broadside to this guy, because this guy can wreck me, which is why I'm angling up a little bit. I'm slowing down, doing something I don't normally like to do, and that's stop and reverse because I don't want to go out in front of the Ohio. The Ohio doesn't want to come out in front of me. We now have 2 caps that are none. We still have a destroyer over here to where, he is still a threat to these guys. I don't know if they know exactly where he's at or if he's even spotted right now, but just the threat of that DD is going to slow these guys down and make them think about how they want to approach this. The other reason I do want to stop and reverse here is it's going to limit the angle the shimmy can send torpedoes on me. There's only 3 of us left against, 5 of them? The Henry's going down soon. It's just a matter of who can get the kill shot in on this guy. Still have 3 heals, and because I have that wonderful American improved healing, I'm going to get a big chunk of that back. And of course, I'm running flags. For the love of God, guys, don't play clan battles without flags. It looked like the carrier spotted our shimmy for the Ohio to do some damage to him. And, that's going to be my one thing I'll just say is, I got kind of laughed at when I was like, yeah, I run 20-kilometer torps if I have to run a shimmy in clan battles. Why? Well, 9 times out of 10, you know where everybody is. You don't want to be in radar range. And guess what? You're running 20s. You're definitely staying away from everybody's secondaries. Now, of course, they want to deal with the Petro, and for whatever reason, this guy comes this way at me instead of coming in from A. Which is why I felt a little bit comfortable moving forward, because we weren't losing A-cap. I don't know why the call wasn't made for the shimmy to go to A and just get A-cap. Ohio's got us pinned down. The Petro's getting nice cross shots because I'd rather try to be angled to an Ohio than to the Petrov. But luckily, I do incapacitate one of his turrets, and, I kind of get this down to a little bit of an even fight between the Ohio and me as far as health. It's still not a fair fight. He's got a carrier and the Petro. All I've got is the Petro. He has an extra ship. Now, the thing is, what am I going to get rid of faster? What's the bigger threat? The bigger threat right now is the Ohio and his secondaries. Number 2, I can use my front turrets on him, my rear turrets on the Petro. These guys are really starting to chunk me down. Now, while all this is going on, I'm constantly saying to myself, remain calm. It's going to be okay. The points are ticking in your favor. There's no way the guy's going to rush you. Hopefully, you're going to last the 1 minute it's going to take to get my heal off. I'm aiming for this guy's front guns to try to incapacitate them. The Richthofen is down to 1 plane. So it's like, okay, there's a very low chance that 1 plane's actually going to be the death of me. Shoot that down. So the carrier's out of, AP dive bombers. And as soon as, the Ohio dies, we win. And like I said, through that whole thing, I'm just going to myself, okay, just stay calm, deal with the Ohio, rear turrets on this, the carrier's low, and all this is going on in like very split seconds. I know I'm so rambling while the post-battle results are going on, but in situations like that, guys, just remind yourself to remain calm. Now, might I add, I did go through 2 cigarettes in that game because that's how nerve-wracking it was. I do hope you enjoyed this replay. I do hope you guys do learn something. And like I said, the biggest mistake that is plaguing so many clans is the lack of focused fire. If your clan is having problems, just sit there and go, okay, guys, just focus fire. And then once you guys get this season down with focus fire, then start worrying about getting cross shots. Make sure you guys got it drilled in your head, focus fire in clan battles. It is the biggest mistake I see a lot of clans in teams make. Now, I'm hoping that this thing gets rendered out, and this is at the end of the video because I've been having issues with the rendering, and OBS wanted to change all my audio settings, and I'm trying to get that fixed. And it's the same thing with these recordings. But I do hope you guys enjoyed this, learned something from this. I do appreciate all the support you guys do give me. I'm sorry there were no videos last week and Monday. Please remember to compliment, good teamwork, good team play. We're quick to report, slow to compliment. Please hit that like and subscribe button and have yourselves one heck of a great day.